What if the biggest difference between the life you have today and the life you want tomorrow comes down to one simple habit? Not luck, not talent, not having the perfect opportunity. The real difference is learning. The people who continue to grow, improve, and succeed are usually the same people who never stop learning. They understand that every day offers a chance to become a little wiser, a little stronger, and a little more capable than they were yesterday. Learning is not something that ends when school is over. In fact, some of the most valuable lessons in life are learned long after formal education ends. Every book you read, every skill you develop, every conversation that teaches you something new becomes a stepping stone toward a better future. Your future is built by what you learn today. 1. Knowledge creates opportunities. Every opportunity in life requires some level of knowledge. If you want a better career, you need better skills. If you want to improve your finances, you need financial knowledge. If you want stronger relationships, you need to understand communication and human behavior. The more you know, the more opportunities become available to you. Many people wait for opportunities to appear, but successful people prepare for opportunities before they arrive. They invest in themselves, they learn, they grow. When preparation meets opportunity, success becomes possible. Instead of asking, when will my chance come? Start asking, how can I prepare myself today? The answer is simple. Keep learning. 2. Growth begins in the mind. Everything you achieve in life starts with your thinking. Before any success becomes reality, it first exists as an idea. Before any improvement happens externally, it happens internally. That's why your mind is your greatest asset. When you feed your mind with positive ideas, useful information, and valuable knowledge, your perspective changes. You begin to see solutions instead of problems. You start recognizing possibilities where others only see limitations. A growing mind creates a growing life. Every day you spend learning is a day spent investing in your future self. 3. Small daily learning creates massive results. Many people underestimate the power of small improvements. They think success requires huge changes overnight, but real growth rarely happens that way. Imagine reading just 10 pages of a book every day. Imagine listening to a useful podcast during your commute. Imagine learning one new concept every single day. At first, the progress may seem small, but weeks become months, months become years, and suddenly you realize you have developed knowledge, confidence, and skills that most people never acquire. Small daily actions create extraordinary long-term results. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. The person who learns a little every day often surpasses the person who learns a lot only once in a while. 4. Learning builds confidence. Confidence doesn't come from pretending to know everything. It comes from developing competence. The more knowledge you gain, the more prepared you feel. When you understand your field, you speak with confidence. When you develop new skills, you take action with confidence. When you solve problems successfully, your belief in yourself grows. Learning removes uncertainty because knowledge provides clarity. The person who continuously learns becomes someone who can adapt, solve problems, and face challenges with greater confidence. That's real confidence, not arrogance, but preparation. 5. The world rewards those who adapt. The world is constantly changing. Technology changes. Industries change. Markets change. The skills that were valuable yesterday may not be enough tomorrow. That's why lifelong learning is no longer optional, it's essential. The people who succeed in changing environments are not always the smartest or most talented. They are often the most adaptable, and adaptability comes from learning. When you're willing to learn new skills, embrace new ideas, and adjust to new situations, you remain valuable regardless of how the world changes around you. The moment you stop learning, you risk becoming outdated. The moment you start learning again, you begin growing once more. 6. Better knowledge leads to better decisions. Every day, your life is shaped by decisions. Some are small, others are life-changing. The quality of those decisions depends largely on the quality of your knowledge. When you understand more, you see more options. When you see more options, you make better choices. Better choices create better outcomes. Whether it's your finances, career, health, or relationships, informed decisions consistently produce better results than uninformed ones. Knowledge gives you the ability to think beyond the moment and consider the long-term consequences of your actions. That's why learning is one of the best investments you can make. It improves every decision you make afterward. 7. Learning helps you solve problems. Every person faces challenges. No one escapes difficulties. The difference is how people respond to them. Knowledge turns obstacles into opportunities. The more you learn, the more tools you have available when problems arise. You begin to recognize patterns. You understand causes and effects. You discover solutions faster. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you become resourceful. Every challenge contains a lesson. Every setback contains information. And every problem becomes easier to solve when you approach it with knowledge and understanding. Learning doesn't eliminate challenges, but it gives you the power to overcome them. 8. Success is a continuous journey. Many people think success is a destination. They believe that once they reach a certain level, they can stop growing. But successful people understand something different. Success is a journey of continuous improvement. There is always another skill to learn, another lesson to understand, another level to reach. The people who remain successful year after year are usually the same people who remain curious year after year. They ask questions. They seek knowledge. They stay open to new ideas. They never assume they know everything. Their willingness to keep learning becomes their competitive advantage. 9. Your environment shapes your learning. One of the fastest ways to grow is to surround yourself with people who inspire growth. Spend time with people who challenge your thinking. Learn from people who have achieved what you want to achieve. Listen carefully to their experiences. Ask questions. Observe their habits. The people around you influence your mindset more than you realize. When you're surrounded by growth-minded individuals, learning becomes natural. You begin thinking bigger. You begin aiming higher. You begin believing more is possible. Choose environments that encourage learning, not complacency. 10. Make learning a daily habit. The most successful learners don't wait for motivation. They create habits. They schedule time to read. They listen to educational content. They take notes. They practice new skills. Learning becomes part of their lifestyle. You don't need hours every day. Start with 15 minutes. Read a few pages. Watch an educational video. Learn a new concept. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is consistency. Over time, these small daily investments produce remarkable results. Final message. Your future depends on the person you are becoming today. Every lesson you learn adds value to your life. Every skill you develop increases your potential. Every piece of knowledge you gain strengthens your ability to succeed. Never underestimate the power of continuous learning. A single idea can change your perspective. A single skill can change your career. A single lesson can change your future. The people who achieve extraordinary things are not necessarily born extraordinary. They become extraordinary through growth, discipline, and a commitment to learning. So make a promise to yourself. Learn something useful every day. Stay curious. Stay open-minded. Keep improving, because the more you learn, the more you grow. The more you grow, the more opportunities appear. And the more opportunities appear, the closer you move toward the life you've always wanted. Your future is waiting. Start learning today.